YouTube, it has been a minute. And I won't keep y'all long because I barely have a voice. But a lot of y'all have been asking where I've been, am I still driving? A couple of people have signed up for Swift since I have been off, which is amazing. But I had to get off the truck. If y'all missed the last video, I'm being quiet because obviously I'm still in the hospital. But yes, I found out I had a tumor and then I had some other issues, so it was like a 3-in-1 surgery. And I have little holes all over my abdomen, but I am doing really, really well. And I am looking to get back on the road in about 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm excited about that. And I'm super excited about all of you newbies that have found the channel. Hold on, I'm going to try to adjust. All of you newbies who have found the channel and signing up. Ow. Ugh. I turned down my pain medication until it's time for me to go to bed because I go home in the morning and I don't like taking pain medication. It knocks me out and makes me feel weird, but I do need it. I have 7 holes in my stomach, and this little thing here is out of pain medication. So they got to come give it to me through all of this stuff up here. Yes, I know, I haven't been seen in a while, and so y'all know whenever I am not on the truck, I am also a nurse, so I go back into medicine. So that's what I was doing, helping out with COVID and all of that jazz. And thank God I do not have COVID. Nobody in my household has had COVID. We test every single week. But the surgeon came in. I had my surgery yesterday. I was walking 2 hours later. And so if any of y'all ever have surgery, the fastest way to heal is to just get up and get moving. So that's what I've been doing. And yesterday I stayed pretty medicated, just because I had extensive surgery done. Had to take out some stuff. I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff on the inside now, even more than before. But, excuse me, luckily everything went well. I'm doing amazingly well. And Doc told me, as long as I keep up this progress, I should be able to get back in my truck after my 2-week follow-up, which is obviously in 2 weeks. But I've already contacted my driver leader, and she's super excited, and I let my terminal manager know last week as soon as so I've been in quarantine for 14 days, so I didn't get sick, didn't risk getting sick before surgery. So I don't know where all of y'all live, but here in Houston, one of the surgeries I had can be considered an elective surgery. And even though I didn't need it for elective reasons, I never planned on losing any more weight. I had actually already gotten down to my goal weight, and I was supposed to be having my skin removal surgery. But when I was on the truck, I got sick. I made a video about it. They found a mass on my liver, and I was throwing up a lot of bile, and acid was eroding my esophagus. So I've been through the ringer since September, test after test after test. And we knew that this was going to be a 3-in-1 surgery. It winded up being a 4-in-1 surgery. So I won't post any pictures or videos. Just please believe I have holes all over my stomach. And actually, this little guy right here, this little tubey thing, it's actually just sticking straight into my stomach. It was actually bleeding really bad last night. But I'm doing well, and gas and everything is moving the way it's supposed to. I've been up walking around and ready to get back on the road. But I just wanted to stop in and say hey, because I had gotten a lot of messages, and a lot of y'all that follow me on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok now have been asking where I'm at, what am I doing, am I going back on the road? The answers to all of those questions are I've been home, I've been on quarantine, make sure I don't get sick before surgery, and now I get to go quarantine another 14 days to make sure I don't get any kind of infection while I have the open wounds. Oh, well, you'll have to find me or tell me what it is. Is it your name? Just find me, and I check my social media constantly. I tried to keep up with all the messages from this visit because there is a lot. I can't talk about the surgeries because I am still an author working on book 2, and I actually got signed on with a really big publishing house. So anything that may be used as content in future books that I write, I can't give any details to. So I had talked about a little bit about why I had to have surgery in a previous video, and that's about all I can tell you. But there was a complication to one of the issues with my liver. Sorry, every so many minutes I have to drink a teaspoon of something. I finished all of my broth and now I'm drinking my tea. Then they'll come in and give me my medicine and it'll knock me out and I'll get to go home in the morning. But yeah, I got my 2-week follow-up coming up in 2 weeks, of course. Oh, I'm praying for a speedy recovery myself. Thank you so much. I'm doing really, really well right now. Like I said, I was walking 2 hours after surgery, and I walk about 30 minutes a day. I need to cough this out, but I have to put a pillow over my chest first, so I will wrap this up so y'all don't have to listen to me talk like this. But whenever they do abdominal surgeries, they blow your stomach up so they can get the wands in where they got to go. So it's a whole situation. And they don't stitch you or anything. They just put Dermabond on there. So if I'm not careful, I can bust open. But I am going back to Swift. I would never change companies, even though I think I've told you all about Bonehead Truckers of the Week. And on Facebook, you can actually follow their page. It's called Say No to Bonehead Truckers. That's what everybody keeps telling me. Not too speedy. My doctor is very aware of what I do. I actually used to work for my surgeon, so we're very close. And as long as everything is healed here and healed on the inside, which takes about 2 weeks, I'm looking to go back out week 3 or 4. Now, Swift, I do pay. I'm on short-term disability. And the clinic I was working with, they're working completely virtually right now, so there's no money there. And I'm on short-term disability, and I can actually keep collecting it until August the 16th. April 16th. But I am sick and tired of being home, so I was actually supposed to be getting my skin removal surgery this year, but due to this situation with the tumor and all of this other mess on my liver and needing to fix an erosive problem that I had going on with my esophagus and all this other shit that I had going on, now I have to wait another year to have my skin removal surgery. So I'm going to lose about another 75 to 80 pounds, which is not what I wanted at all. My goal weight was 180, and I am below that now, and I'm going to get even further down. So I'm looking at, when I have my skin removal surgery next year, I'm looking at being around 125 to 130, which is not where I want to be at all. So everything I put in my body has tons of protein. I mix protein in my pudding, in my water, in my Jello. I make homemade popsicles. I've been on a liquid diet now for 2 weeks, and this is week 3. And I actually will continue to be on the liquid diet for another 2 to 3 weeks. And so you don't really actually get to start trying to chew food for 2 months. So it's not an ideal situation, but I am healthy and I'm happy and I don't take any medications anymore, so life is good. And I just wanted to check in with y'all because I don't have time to go through and answer everybody's questions. I've done a lot of answering to the ones I could talk to, but my IV is in my dominant hand, so anytime I try to text or anything, it doesn't really work out that well for me. It stops my IV, so that's not good. But shout out to all of y'all that are asking about how to get your permits and stuff. Again, DMV Genie and CDL Prep are the 2 apps that I used solely. And if you go back to my earlier videos, like the very first 2 or 3 videos, I tell you what test you're going to have to take, as well as what chapters in the CDL book, if that's in the manual, if that's what you're wanting to do, exactly what chapters to read for the specific test. You can choose to do it that way. It takes a long time, but if you actually just go through whatever your state is, they're going to have a DMV Genie for your state. And if your state doesn't have a Swift terminal, then make sure that you know where you're going. For example, my uncle started driving for Swift and he lives in Louisiana. He had to come to Texas and go to Corsicana where I went. So make sure that you're aware of where you live, if they have a Swift terminal in your state, and if they don't, where is the next nearest terminal for you to go to do school and all of that fun stuff. And that way you know what test to study for. An easy way to study for the permit test is to go through the questions on DMV Genie and CDL Prep, and whenever you get it wrong, make a note of it, and I promise, they pull the questions off of these apps. The questions on the apps are the same questions you're going to get asked when you do your permit test, and they just try to word them a little funny. So you may get asked the same question 3 different ways. So make sure you know your shit for sure. They ask you all of anything that has to do with, like, how many feet do you need to put your your caution cones and stuff like that if you're pulled over. Anything that has to do with distance, you're definitely going to be asked. Just make sure you know your shit, honestly. And that's the best way to do it, is to go through all of the different tests, and it'll score you. It'll tell you, hey, Michelle. It'll tell you if you got it wrong. It'll tell you, why you got it wrong. It explains it to you, and it gives you a grade as if you were to go and take the test at the DMV. It will actually show you what you would have scored and what you need to work on. So scroll back to some of the earlier videos. I tell you exactly what chapters to study for, what test, and you'll be good. The questions about the backing, it comes with time. It's not hard at all. I've been with Swift now 2.5 years, I think. And I've never gotten into a backing accident. I've never hit anything. Never done any of that stuff. So I like watching Bonehead Truckers because they send in a lot of Swift videos. I don't know where those Swift drivers are from, but those videos are fucking hilarious. Other than that, I'm ready to get back out there. I am ready to just get back on the road, get to writing. I can't really write at home because the kids are doing the homeschool thing. There's always something going on. And then while I'm home, I'm working with the clinic virtually, and it's just like, ugh, can I just please get back on the road and get to writing? Got 3 more books to put out. So I am ready. And did I say ready? I'm ready. So I love you all. Keep your questions coming. I go home tomorrow, so, and I'll be in quarantine for the next 14 days. So I will hopefully be able to, once this IV is out of my arm, I can type and answer your questions. But I just wanted to say thank you for all the love and support. And thank you all for joining Swift. Swift is an amazing company despite its reputation. And shout out to my Houston team. They've held it down for me. They've checked in on me. I absolutely love them. Couldn't say enough about them. And that's the update for now. So I will see y'all on the road in a couple of weeks. Bye. Y'all stay safe out there.